dress is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Maybe you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention.
Hey fangirls and boys, this is Natalie and you're watching Haul Lotta Love. And for today's video, I did a cut crease using the Morphe 35O2 palette, which is absolutely gorgeous. I also used a couple of products from the Desi X Katie Dose of Colors collection, and I used the new Huda Beauty Fauxfilter Foundation. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this super dramatic cut crease, then keep on watching. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've already done my brows and cleaned them up with a little bit of concealer, and I have primed my lids as well. I think the first shade I'm going to go in with is this first shade right here. I'm going to use this as the transition. That shade is called Universal. So I'm just going to work this shade above the crease to create that nice transition. The next shade I'm going to go in with over here is Brick. This shade right here. I'm going to put that on my actual crease. I'm going to be building up a lot of color in and around the crease before I cut the crease. Now the idea with a cut crease is that you want that one sharp line cutting the crease, and everything else should be really blown out and blended as per usual. So I'm going to really blend and blow out the crease by using several different colors before I cut it. So I'm going in with my second color now. I have to say, I know there's a lot of drama around Morphe shadows, but for the price point, they are excellently pigmented and they blend out very, very nicely. The next shade I'm going to go in with is this shade Chestnut over here. I usually wouldn't go that dark in the crease, but since I'm cutting it, I want there to be a lot of dramatic contrast between the crease and the lid color. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to build up the crease pretty dark here. And also with the cut crease, I want the line of this blending to go out a little bit further than usual. I want everything to be very blown out and to have a lot of space to work with. So when I cut the crease, it's nice and dramatically flared out. I'm gonna go in with that first shade Universal to kind of blend out the edges a little bit and clean things up a little bit as well. I'm going back and forth with the 3 different colors that I used just to blend and blow everything out in the crease. So this is the moment of truth. I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. So the key to doing this is keeping the line incredibly clean and sharp wherever you decide to cut it. You just want to keep that line sharp. If it's messy, then it just ruins the look. I'm going to use a brush that I got from ColourPop. I don't know the name or number of this brush. I actually got it because one of the orders I got from them was delivered to me late. It wasn't terribly late. It was maybe like a week late, and they sent me this saying, sorry for being late. So I'm actually happy that it was late because I love this brush. It is a perfect brush to cut the crease. It's basically a small to mid-size concealer brush. It's a flat domed brush. So I'm going to use the Diorskin Forever concealer. I'm just going to coat my brush with this concealer. And this is the product I'm going to use to cut the crease with. So I'm going to draw a line and map out where I want the crease cut. Then I will fill inside my lid and try to get those lines as clean as possible. That line where it's cut, or the line going straight across. I'm going to do kind of a wing flared out cut crease. You can also do a mid cut crease where you cut it halfway and then let it blend out towards the middle of the concealer so that it's only cut there and then you can blend with your eyeshadow as per usual, but I'm just going to do the full cut and have it kind of work along with the winged eyeliner I'm going to do. I think it's more of like a retro kind of look, so let's do that. So I really want to try to keep within my eye shape as well when doing this. I'm going to try to clean up that line a little bit, get it as smooth and straight as possible. I don't want to overwork it though, because then it's more likely to make a mistake and make something that looks pretty good into something that doesn't look so great when you're trying to perfect it too much. So I'm just going to see what I can do to clean it up a little bit more and then leave it as is. So that's the final product that I'm gonna work with. You know, it's not 100% perfectly crisp, but I don't want to overwork it and make it into something that is more messy looking. And also when I put eyeshadow on top of it, it will help to mask to some degree. You still need a really clean line for it to look right and to really be defining your eye shape properly for it to look good, but the eyeshadow will blur out a little bit of the edge where it's not 100% perfectly clean. So you could see I'm really just trying to draw a straight line along the top of the crease with the tip of the brush. So I wish anybody who's watching this could help me decide which shade to use on my lid, because there are some absolutely gorgeous options over here. Part of me wants to go in with this super red shade here. I'm not sure of the level of contrast I'm gonna get with that one. There's also this orangey shade over here that's really pretty. I think I am just gonna go in with this shimmery red shade, which is called Ruby. That shade and Fire are the stars of the palette. I think everybody could agree, these two really gorgeous shades. So I'm just gonna fill in the area where I cut the crease and put concealer on my lid. I'm gonna fill in this entire area. And this part is pretty easy compared to the actual act of cutting the crease. Does seem like this shade is going to take quite a bit of building, which is a little disappointing over the concealer. I guess also the concealer is probably lightening it up quite a bit. I don't think the pigment on this shade is terrible in and of itself. I just think it is, when it does go over the concealer or something so bright, it gets a little bit brighter and pinker. So I'm gonna work to get that really red on the lid. Not getting a crazy amount of fallout with these eyeshadows, which is actually kind of surprising. Morphe eyeshadows are usually super pigmented and easy to blend, but there is usually a lot of fallout. I'm noticing that this is a pretty well binded shadow and that it's not getting crazy fallout, especially with this bright pigment and the amount that I'm packing on. It's actually going pretty smoothly on the lid, which is really nice. This color is so pretty. It's just this shimmery ruby is a really good name for it. shimmery red with a little bit of pink in it, but mostly bright red. Super pretty. So that is the crease and the lid filled completely in. I will clean up a little bit in those areas. I'm going to move on and do a wing, and then I will continue to, you know, do the rest of the lower lash line, brow bone, continue on with any finishing touches for the eyeshadow look. So I'm going to use the Fierce Flicks Black Liquid Eyeliner by Ciate. I'm liking this eyeliner so far. So that is the wing. I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to put some shimmery color on my brow bone, and I'm going to put some lashes on. I will also do some inner corner work. So let's try to do that first. So I'm going to go in with the shade Pure in the palette. It is the lightest shade in the palette. It is a foiled gold metallic. Put a little bit of this on my brow bone. I'm also gonna go in with this shade on my inner corners, just a tiny little bit. I'm gonna go in with the Lash Paradise mascara in the shade Blackest Black, and then I'm going to put on some lashes. Mascara is really bomb, you guys. Highly recommend this one. Lashes are on, and I use the style Aria by Koko Lashes. So the next thing I'm going to do is conceal under my eyes and really clean up the whole area that I have over here with this shadow wing, and I'm going to work on the lower lash line. I'm going to go in with the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay in the shade Fair Neutral. To say I'm no expert at lashes. They're a little bit free-flowing however they want to go right now, even though I spent like 10 minutes trying to get them on. I'll get it there eventually. I also hate eyelash glue. It's like super painful to wear. I have to find one that doesn't irritate my eyes. I'm even using a latex-free one, and it's still irritates the crap out of my eyes. I'm going to go in my waterline with this eye pencil by Makeup Geek. It's in the shade Espresso. It's just a dark brown. These are really pigmented and really smooth application on the waterline. The lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this shade Brunette, this dark brown shade. And in the center of the lower lash line, I'm going to put this amber shade right here over top, just so that it's not so deep and dark on the lower lash line. And I'm going to finish the eyes with the Lash Paradise mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to move on to the face. And for foundation, I'm going to use the new Huda Beauty Fauxfilter Foundation. I'm in the shade Shortbread 200B. This is what the bottle looks like. It's pretty. I do want to note it is a plastic bottle. Most foundations come in glass bottles, so this is a little bit of a cheaper feeling. It might be a little more durable though. And I will say I do like this foundation. It has a very, very strong musky fragrance to it. It is like a straight up perfume scent and it lingers. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, I would stay far away from this foundation. It's not like any fragrance found to a foundation I've ever experienced before. Like it would make a nice perfume, but it's just crazy on its foundation. Scent of the foundation. This foundation has a nice, like natural matte kind of finish. Has nice staying power. It's just a little bit, when I've worn it for a few hours, it does break up around the nose a little bit, but it's pretty, it stays looking pretty nice throughout the day. And this is one layer of the foundation and it's pretty full coverage. So that is the foundation. I'm going to bronze up using the Becca Sunlit bronzer in the shade Bronzed Bondi. I love this bronzer. For blush, I'm going to use the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. This is a pretty corally, creamy liquid type of blush. I really like these. They blend out really nicely on the skin. Pigmented, not too pigmented. It is kind of cutting into my bronzer a little bit though. My hair is going crazy. I need to get one of those cute little catty headbands because it's just no joke right now. I'm not sure if it's the foundation, but this, for some reason, the blush is really eating up my bronzer today. It usually doesn't do that so badly. So that is the blush. I'm going to highlight with the Desi Perskins Lustrelux Dose of Colors highlight in the shade Fuego. I haven't played with this collection. I do have the whole thing. This is super cute. This packaging, this gold packaging, and this is the highlight. It looks pretty dark in the pan, but it's very reflective, so it's decent on my fair to light skin tone. It's like a nice summery golden kind of highlight. So that is the highlight. I'm going to finish up by doing my lips, and I'm going to use also from the Desi Katie Dose of Colors collection, the Hot Fire liquid lipstick. This liquid lipstick is absolutely beautiful. I wish they would make it permanent. These are my go-to kind of lip colors, these orange-red colors, but in addition to that, it's a very smooth, incredibly pigmented liquid lipstick. Probably one of the most smooth pigmented liquid lipsticks I've ever used. So I'm going to finish up by using a little setting spray. I'm using the Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenish Primer and Setting Spray. I really like this stuff. It leaves your skin looking super dewy and it smells really, really nice. So this is the final look. I really love how everything came out. The cut crease, of course, as per always, was a little bit touch and go, but I think just not overworking any part of it, even though there were some tricky parts like the cut crease, the lashes, the wing, just not overworking everything. I think everything came out really nice. I'm really happy with the look. I absolutely love this lip color. It is perfection. I really hope they make it permanent to the Dose of Colors line. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and thank you for watching. Bye guys.